I want to think about the best way to clean your saxophone, and if you're still using one of these, I want you to stop using it. And if you are using one of these, I don't blame you, because I used to use one of these when I first started playing, and it seems super convenient. After you've been practicing for a while, you just put it in your saxophone like that. It already kind of really connects up to the top very nicely, and you just leave it in there. And what would be the problem with that? Well, I took my saxophone, I'd been using one of these for a long while, and I had this beautiful Selmer saxophone, and my technician said, "Come here," right? He said, "Have a look down the bell of your sax." So I had a look down, and to my horror, I saw, well, the one that I had was blue, and I saw all this blue fluff that had gathered in the bottom of my saxophone. And I said, "Should I not be using these?" And he said, "No, don't use one of these." And I said, "Well, how am I supposed to clean my saxophone?" And he said, "Use a pull through." And I've been using a pull through ever since. So I said to him, "But what's the matter with this lovely fluffy stick? You just put it in there and it just does the job." And he said, "No, I don't think it does." He said to me that what he thinks happens is that you put this into your saxophone and the moisture collects into the fur of this, and then that just holds it against the pads, which is precisely what you don't want, because what you're trying to do is to draw the moisture away from the pads. But he suggested that it actually stays close to the pads and keeps the pads moist, so it does the opposite of what you'd think it would do. Now, I don't know that that's necessarily true, and I've heard other people say that a really good way, if you are going to use one of these, is to put it in and leave it in for a few moments so that it collects some of the moisture, and then remove it and don't leave it in the instrument for the moisture to dry. And that makes a whole lot more sense to me. However, if you're at a gig or you've just done a practice session, you want to put this in, put your saxophone in the case, lock the case up, and go about your business. So I don't really see how that works. So fluffy stick, I'm really sorry, but I haven't used it forever, and I don't like them, and they do definitely leave, at the very least, they tend to leave debris in the bottom of your case. So what do you use? Well, I can tell you what I use, and I use one of these, which is a pull through. Now, in my life I've been through a few pull throughs, and this one is really expensive as far as pull throughs go, and it is a BG. It's made by a company called BG, and it is an A30A. I'm not associated or affiliated with BG company at all, but I can get you a discount at one of the music shops, which is Dorks, if you want to buy one, and I'll put the code at the bottom of the screen. And what this does is, the reason why it's expensive is that, first of all, it's really high quality kind of chamois leather. I don't know if that's real chamois leather or some kind of synthetic, but it is very, very high quality, and this material is super good at collecting moisture. And then everything about this is good quality. So the cord that it's attached to is really thick. There are no exposed parts. There is some kind of something inside this bag which is making it expand, which I would imagine is synthetic. And then at the other end, it's got this series of weights. It's got 3 weights in there, which are really heavy and very heavily stitched. I don't know how well you can see that, but the stitching on them is really heavy. Now, the reason that I'm kind of emphasizing this point is that you can get one of these really cheap for literally £2 or £3 on Amazon, and they're awful. First of all, they're the wrong size, so they sometimes can get stuck in your instrument. Secondly, the stitching on them is really weak, so the stitching here, and after you've tugged it through a few times, it's going to break. And the worst ones that I've seen, they've actually got a metal kind of staple on here, which is highly likely to scratch your instrument. So these cost about 10 times more than the cheap one. So I think this one is around 30 or 35 pounds, but super good. It's really good. And this is the second one that I've bought in the whole time that I've been playing saxophone. I've been playing saxophone for decades. The one that I had before this lasted about 20 years, and you can actually hand wash them. You can actually machine wash them. So the way that you use these is that you take the weighted end, the end that's got these weights in, and you feed that into your instrument like this, It's a bit hard to show you on camera. Then once they're in there, you just turn this upside down. And can you see that if I feed this through now, because it's got really heavy weights, it just pulls it through, as the name suggests. Then I'm going to pop this in just here, and then I'm going to pull gently on this cord, and that is going to come out of the other end of my instrument. And because this is specific to altos, it's exactly the right size, and it doesn't get stuck on one of the protrusions. So can you see there is, I don't know how well you can see that, if you can see it at all, but in there is a protrusion, something that sticks out in the top of the saxophone. I don't think you can see it, but it definitely is there. If you get a cheap one, it's too much material and it gets caught on that, and you'll have a really terrible time trying to get it out. So these are absolutely fantastic, and they do the job really well. And I would pull that through maybe twice after a gig or a practice session, and then wrap that up and put it in a separate part of my case. And that has removed a good deal of the moisture in my saxophone. So that's what I would use for the body of the sax. These are by far the best way. By the way, with the fluffy stick, personally, I have never seen a professional musician at a gig use a fluffy stick. There probably are people out there that do, but I've never personally seen it. Then I wrap my pull-through up like this, and it's ready to go into my case, and that fits really nicely. With the rest of my sax, so the neck and the mouthpiece and the reed, I have also, by the same company, a BG. This is a very nice, lovely kind of chamois leather, and it's got a cloth coated plastic wire thing on the end of it. I don't know how you describe that. It's not made of wire, but it's made of plastic, but it's covered in cloth. And then I would just push that down the end of the neck of my saxophone. That would come out the other end, and again I would just pull that through, and because this is specially made for alto saxophones, it doesn't get stuck. It's exactly the right size, and that would clean the neck of my mouthpiece. And I might do that a couple of times, and I can also use this cloth to give it a bit of a wipe. So this also, I'll find the serial number and I'll put it at the bottom of the screen for you if you want to go and buy one of those. Again, it's probably about 10 times more expensive, but it lasts for decades and will never let you down, and is really good quality. And you've spent money on a beautiful saxophone, so why not spend money and get decent cleaning equipment. With the mouthpiece and reed, I can actually use that same cloth. If I want to, I can use this same cloth that I've used for the neck, and I can use that just to wipe my reed down with. And I can also pull that through the mouthpiece, at least I think I can. It's not what I normally do, but I'll give it a try. Yeah, so that will fit through the mouthpiece as well, and that will drag through, and then I can wipe any moisture or any matter off the top of my mouthpiece like this. What I also do, because when I'm teaching, if I'm teaching all day long, then I like to clean my mouthpiece and reed on a regular basis, because it does get quite grotty and I really don't like it. So what I use are, and please don't shout at me for this, but I use plastic-free, hopefully as ecologically friendly as you can, wet wipes. I just get a wet wipe out, which is perfume-free, plastic-free. You should be able to recycle this. I select these specifically so that they can be recycled, and I get a wet wipe and just wipe it down. Now, I don't know that that is regular practice. It's just something that I do, and I can often see, you know, gunk coming out and this seems to clear things out better than a dry cloth. It's just that adding that little bit of moisture on there. So this is the way that I clean my sax. Look, if you're really happy with your fluffy stick, then that's fine. I'm just telling you what my experience is, what I prefer to use, and what several technicians have told me in the past. That I've had several technicians, saxophone technicians, people that repair my saxophones over time, And they've all said the same things to me. Use a pull through, don't use the fluffy stick. If you are using one, it's not the end of the world, but I wouldn't put it in there and leave it in. Try putting it in and taking it out again. Otherwise, just get yourself a really decent pull through. I think it's pretty sound advice. If you've enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I need more subscribers. We're coming up to 20,000. I'm so excited. It's going to be fantastic. And I'd really like to get to 100,000. So I need you to subscribe. Please do me this one favor. It's completely free. I won't hassle you. You won't get bombarded with notifications or anything like that. But please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to, you can buy me a coffee. And I've got a website which has got free tutorials on there, 250 searchable free tutorials along with a whole load of paid content. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that added some value. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.